Hi, Kendra. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. My name is Sadaf Hakim, and I will be your health coach today. Kendra, I wanted to let you know that today we're going to be going over some of these topics of your strengths, or your personality type. So I wanted you to feel really comfortable discussing all of these things with me, okay?
Okay.
Wonderful. So I'm so excited and thrilled to share this beautiful journey with you as a health coach and get to know you as my client as well. So I think it's really important for both of us to kind of get to know each other. So I wanted to share a little bit about my background. I'm from Afghanistan. I was born in Kabul. I moved to Pakistan when I was a year old. Then in 2003, because of the war and stuff, my family and I decided to move to the US. And I have been living in Arizona for most of my life. And I'm currently happily engaged. And I have strong faith and love, exploring new ideas, learning about different personalities and people. I got into, just in case you're wondering, I got into health coaching because I feel like it's a great way of helping people in most effective manner. Personally, I've had areas like that I struggled with, and I just really wanted to learn the concepts and strategies to be able to apply that and help other people around me. So, Kendra, I would like to know a little bit about yourself. Can you tell me?
Well, I was originally born in Colorado, but I moved to Arizona at the age of 4, so I've basically moved here my whole life. Right now, I'm a student at the Arizona State University, and I have a part-time job as a server. Sometimes managing school and life and work gets kind of busy, but it is what it is. My major is healthy lifestyle or health sciences, healthy lifestyles coaching, and I kind of fell into that major, but once I started to take the classes, I was super interested in it just because I've struggled with things personally. So it was nice to learn ways to cope with it and deal with it, and then be able to teach people how to deal with their own issues as well.
Yeah, that's really wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing with me some of your, where you're from and it's great. Like I understand, like it is hard to kind of like have a balance between a busy schedule, like work and school. So it's great, and I think, being a health coach and like coming to me, definitely, I'm gonna do my best to be able to work through with you together to be able to promote a healthy life.
Yeah, awesome.
Mm-hmm. And Kendra, I sent you three assessments: the personality type, strength, and learning style. Thank you so much for getting them done. And according to your personality type, you play the role of the mediator. Could you tell me a little bit about how you apply that to your different relationships, or like how do you use that?
So it really, my personality, like the mediator kind of personality, really shows in my family because for some reason I seem to be the person that everyone goes to with their issues, or if they have an issue with one of our other family members, they like to tell me about it, or if they have personal situations going on that they don't want to tell the rest of the family, usually they come to me, and I kind of, if it's something to do with the other family member, then I try to mediate the situation
Mm-hmm.
and make it more calm. So that's probably where I'd say my personality shines the most.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's a great quality to have, like to kind of be like the peacemaker in the family, and just to kind of step in to kind of like if some of the people that are having problems are your family members or friends, so you kind of like step in to kind of make peace in between them.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
wonderful. That's lovely. Great. And as far as your strengths, which were being fair, wise, and loyal, and also having leadership qualities. Those are great principles. How do you personally feel about it, and how does that reflect your relationships?
The leadership portion, or which one?
Like as far as being fair, like how do you kind of cope that, or how do you stay positive and also be able to like be fair with your relationships, like with your family and friend? How do you apply that?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Well, you know, over my 21 years of living, I kind of noticed that life in general isn't fair. So I think everyone deserves like a fair chance to explain themselves, fair chance to like tell their side of the story, because you never know the true story until you hear both sides of the story, and even hearing both sides of those stories might not even give you the truth. But I think it's just easiest to give everyone a fair chance. It makes life easier that way.
Yeah, definitely. That's a very, very great and positive quality to have. That way you have like people trust you and like have that kind of relationship with you, knowing that you're this fair person and that you would treat them the same regardless. So it's really great to have that. And could you explain to me like how does your family or like your supporting relationships think that you're this wise person, or is this how you view yourself, or how do you apply that, or how do you use that?
So for the perspective wisdom, like it says in the explanation after I took the assessment, it says you might not think of yourself as wise, which I don't really think of myself as wise. I don't know why. That's just how I feel about myself. But I have noticed over the years that like my friends and like I mentioned, my family, like they tend to gravitate towards me when they want to tell somebody something, just because I think that they know that I'm not going to judge who they are or what kind of choices they make, because I'll hear them out. Like, that goes with the strength of fairness. So I really just think it's about me, or about them knowing that I'm not going to sit there and judge what they do.
Oh, okay. Like I said, it kind of falls into like people trusting you. And when you have an open mind and you don't judge, and that you listen and you have empathy, and you have like always like, you know what I mean, like just kind of smart advice or opinions to give out to be able to help your family and friends. So is that's where like I'm seeing like where you're coming from as far as like being wise. And also like your leadership qualities. How do your relationships, like they kind of view you, or how do you apply that?
Well, I'd say my leadership really comes in when I talk about my friends, just because I matured more quickly, I guess you could say, personality wise, than my friends did. So like when it comes to planning trips or doing anything like that, they like tend to like make me plan all that stuff, like getting the hotel room and stuff like that, just because they know that I'm like the more responsible one, I guess you could say.
Okay. That's wonderful. So I see that you have great principles, and you have great your loyalty, leadership abilities. Those are really important and are really useful, like to be able to like, you know what I mean, carry on anything like tasks, or like be able to have positive intra relationships, outside, external, or internal. So those are really great. Um, Kendra, it seems like that you learn better visually. Could you tell me about how would you apply that concept of visually, like in learning methods, or like outside, and how do you kind of like learn visually?
So ever since I was like little, I've always learned visually. I was like put into a gifted nonverbal class just because I learned things more quickly when I saw them being done. So like, say if somebody is explaining like a math problem or something,
Mm-hmm.
I like to see it done like step by step. So that way, that really helps me like retain the information. Like I don't do well when I'm sitting there in class and somebody's just lecturing me for an hour. I really like lose interest and just like don't pay attention at all. I like to say like I'm putting something together. I would way rather watch a video of somebody doing it than sit there and read the instructions.
Okay. That's great. So basically kind of like a combination of both, like being able to have like a visual stimulate in the learning process. So kind of like, okay, that's
like hands-on.
Like hands-on. Okay.
Yes.
Like would you say like pictures that go along with lectures and like just demonstrations or graphs and things like that?
Yeah, and I really like when like, for example, for like an anatomy, when they explain like the flow of the blood of the heart or something, I would rather like see a video of it happening than like sit there and memorize a flow chart.
Okay. So like learning like videos on YouTube, just kind of like visually that you learn better than when you just like read words and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. So great. What are some of the now that we have talked about like some of your personality type and your strengths and you know, all these other things that, you know, kind of like define the kind of person you are, which are great. I think they're wonderful. I wanted to ask, like, what are some of the areas that you are struggling with and that you would like to improve? It could be like in as concerned with like health, or just like generally about like dealing with your schedule, reducing stress, promoting health, whatever that you're struggling with that you would like to improve.
Overall, I would just like to get into better habits, like maybe having like a scheduled life instead of just waking up and doing whatever. I mean, like I know I have class and work, but besides those, I live a pretty unscheduled life. And I think that ties in like with preventing stress on myself. Like if I had a more scheduled life, I would have less stress, because I tend to like really hold on to stress. And also one area that I would like to focus on is like better eating habits, because I live by myself, and so it's kind of hard to just cook for one all the time. And I don't really like going grocery shopping, which needs to change. But I would rather just go pick a meal up than make it, which isn't very good for my health.
Okay. Kendra, I just wanted to let you know, as a health coach, thank you for sharing those you know, areas that you're struggling with. And I want to let you know that you're completely in charge of making those changes. And as a health coach, I'm here to help you through it all. And like I said, we can, this is our first session, so we'll be working together. We're going to be setting goals for you so that we can work on those areas to improve, and so that you can be able to like live a stress-free life and have a better schedule, that you can have more free time to, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so just have more in charge of, like, have more control in your life. So with the effective strategies and concepts and implementing them to promote health. So on the next coaching session, like I said, we will set some goals. For now, I want you to address some of these areas that you're struggling with, and then on the next session, we'll go ahead and come up with new ideas and strategies and concepts, so that we can improve and your goals and improve your health overall. Kendra, I was so thrilled to be your health coach, and it seems like we're kind of running out of time. So let's go ahead and reschedule our next session for the meeting. Would you say, would this be the time? Would this be appropriate, an ideal time for the both of us?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Till next time I see you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.